Hi, my name is Nick Poor. I'm one of the two sports directors here at WRGW, and I'm starting a new series on our YouTube channel that I think you guys will love. So, GW is entering a huge era for both the men's and the women's basketball teams. The women's team under Coach McCombs is soaring, and the men's team is getting ready to begin the era of Coach Chris Caputo. To honor that and to enjoy some of the many new faces that will be joining the teams, I'm going to be breaking down each player as they're announced and talking about what they bring to the table, who they are, and talking to them, their coaches, or reporters from their local areas, anything I can get to help show you guys who these athletes are. So first up is a guy who's been committed to GW for a long time now, going back to the fall semester, Jabari West Jr. So let's address the elephant in the room and get this out of the way quickly. Yes, Jabari West is the last Jamie and Christian recruit to be coming into GW. He was recruited when Christian was still a coach back in the winter and is still set on joining the program now under the tutelage of new coach Chris Caputo. Have you met Coach Caputo yet, either on the phone or in person?
On the phone, yes, but face to face, not yet.
How did that conversation go?
It went pretty decent. We just got to get closer and get a bond with one another.
There it is from Jabari himself. Regardless of the coaching change, he's coming to GW. And honestly, I'm very excited, and I think you guys should be excited too. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about Jabari. Jabari West is from Hot Springs, Arkansas. The 6'8" power forward is ranked 9th in the state of Arkansas by Arkansas Basketball Ranking and 7th in this year's class. Some of you might be wondering what the level of talent of high school basketball in Arkansas is. Well, looking at the players ranked around him in the rankings, the 2022 class is nothing to sneeze at. Ranked one spot ahead of Jabari, 6th in the class, is power forward Creed Williamson. He's received offers from Arkansas and St. John's, according to 24/7 Sports. Just behind Jabari West, in 8th, is Javian Guy King, a shooting guard with offers from Oklahoma State, Ole Miss, and Arkansas. These are legit talents coming out of Arkansas in the 2-star class. Jabari had other options, including Little Rock, 2021 Darling Oral Roberts, and Alcorn. At the end of the day, though, he chose to come play in the Buff and Blue.
I decided to go there because, education comes first as a student athlete. So I chose to go there for mostly academic-wise. But then I also loved the program they have, basketball. But they take basketball seriously since they really don't have a football team. So, yeah, GW was the spot.
Jabari is absolutely right. GW fans are extremely intense about their basketball. We all know that. But the perfect fit is that Jabari is just as intense on the court as the fans will be in the stands. He's got a motor unlike anyone I've seen and in some insane hustle plays, both on the offensive and on the defensive end. His coach at Hot Springs, Antoni Lasker, spoke very highly of his work ethic on and off the court.
Like I expressed to the new coach, won't have to worry about anything off the court with him. He's a gym rat. He loves the game of basketball.
Yeah, what was it like working with him for 4 years in Arkansas?
It was great. It was great. Me and Jabari have a great relationship. He's like a little brother to me. We've grown together, me as a coach and him as a player. And just, being around him over these last 4 years have been a pleasure. I wish I was able to clone him and I had a few more Jabaris coming up in the in the works. But he's an awesome young man.
Jabari's more than just a hustle guy, though. He brings a lot on both ends of the ball. He's got great footwork in the post, letting him move by defenders with ease to get off his shot. Those feet also help him on the perimeter, where a strong jump shot and quick movement lets him get a shot up. Most importantly, though, he's smart. He can cut off the ball and find an opening in the defense when he needs to. None of these abilities, footwork, a clean jumper, awareness, none of them are God-given. They take a lot of work, and his coach described how much he put in during high school to take his game from one level to the level he's at now.
Yeah, from his 9th grade year until, this past season, his senior year, early on, Jabari was just kind of when your teammates miss, go get the offensive rebound and put it back. Footwork really wasn't where it needed to be, touch on his shots, couldn't really dribble, couldn't shoot it. And, then now, watching him develop and work over the last 4 years, he's developed that range. He can handle the ball. You know, he's just grown tremendously in his knowledge and understanding of the game. His footwork has gotten so much better. He can guard multiple positions on the court. You know, he can switch on the point guards and be able to hold his own with his length and the way he moves. But, you know, just watching him grow has been something that, you know, because he's put the work in, I always use him as an example to my younger guys. Yes, he is 6'7", but, you know, 6'7" without his work ethic, he wouldn't be going to G-Dub. He wouldn't be playing Division I basketball if he didn't have the work ethic. He actually texted me this morning about getting in the gym tomorrow morning. We normally work out in the morning before school. So that's something that we've done over the last 4 years to grow his game.
With that work ethic comes a level of consistency that not a lot of athletes are able to show at the high school level as they develop their game. Arkansas sports writer Kyle Sutherland talked about how consistent Jabari's been in all 4 years of high school. Yeah, so looking at Jabari West, like what kind of player is he and what does he bring to George Washington?
Well, first of all, consistency. He's been an all-conference player since he was a freshman, and I believe a two-time All-State player, and also was all-state tournament. I think that was either last year or this year. I can't remember, but that game. And so you're getting a consistent player, 18 points, 10 rebounds a game, 3 blocks a game his senior year. Somebody that's going to, if there is a rebound, he's going to either put it back or he's going to grab it. And so very, very good around the rim, a great ball handler, and very versatile.
He's got the work ethic, he's got the skills, he's got the mentality, he's got it all. The one thing that critics seem to say that he's missing is just a little bit of height.
I'm not saying that I don't think he won't contribute immediately, but I think in the paint, getting rebounds and stuff like that, that's what I was going to mention was probably his biggest area of opportunity. Now, I'm not a scout. I'm just, a journalist that sees things from a different perspective maybe than a scout. But to me, his biggest area and really only area that he really needs to work on immediately is his strength, because I look at a couple of games, I think of 2 or 3 in particular, where he faced a guy that might have been 3 or 4 inches shorter than him, but they were stronger than him. And so he played in the AAU ranks with the Arkansas Hawks against really good competition. And I think, too, probably along with his strength, a lot of people said that his outside shot really needs work. I don't necessarily think that it needs work per se. We just haven't really seen it because there's not a lot of players like him in not just the 5A South. Well, really the 5A South. There was a few in Class 5A, but he just really didn't see a lot of players like himself. So he was able to either drive the paint or turn around and get some shots down low. And so I think once he gets stronger, then the sky is just the limit for this kid. I kind of feel like, and I don't want to speak for any college coaches or anything like that, but I feel like that may have been what hindered him from getting a legit Power 5 offer, because I know that there were quite a few that were looking at him. And so once he gets that, there's no telling where this kid can go.
Thankfully, like I said before, he's a smart guy. Completely unprompted, when I asked, what's one thing you're working on, he immediately talked about size and how that ability to go up against big bodies and height and width, going up with them down low in the A10 is the main thing he's working on right now before he comes to GW.
Well, I work on and I continue to work on finishing against people that's going to be taller than me, because I'm only 6'8", but there's people that's going to be 7 foot, 7'3", and I got to work on finishing above them. So that's what I've been working on mostly.
Jabari's a player with a lot of talent, a lot of mental fortitude, and he's ready to work to succeed in the A10. I'm extremely excited to see what he can do, and I think he was a great pick to have as someone coming into GW that we've known for a long time. To say in the fall that we're bringing in a guy like this is the culture we're building, I think is a great decision, and I think it's a great last move from the Christian era and a little gift for the Caputo era to have Jabari West on the bench. We'll see what he can do when he joins the team this fall.